Okay, so yes.
Why, you're
We
getting
are
it?
golden.
Huh?
We are
We're going?
golden. Yep.
Okay, we're rolling.
Yep.
Well,
Action.
oh, okay, yes. Action. Welcome everyone to another session of Black Crusade. I am the Game Master, and with me today are several ascendant champions of the Dark Gods, ready to bring destruction and ruin to the galaxy and the Imperium of Man. Starting with
This is your host, Doom Black Dragon. I am playing Divana, the flesh-shaping abhuman. Sorry, the episodes haven't fully caught up to the recording because, Christmas holiday and that stuff. It took a little delay off.
Boo.
I'm finally back. Daniel DP. I play Visicich Phalarex, the abhuman Pelager.
What's up, Pelger?
Shop girl.
Yeah, we've already covered that.
Yes, go back to episode 1.
And you're playing a heretic.
Oh yeah, a heretic. Sorry, I forgot my class.
Alright. I am Eric Adams. I'll be playing as Conrad Van Deen, the Renegade Beastman. Well, pretty much turn-skin Beastman. So, human with horns. I'm the humans with horns guy.
Yeah, I'll try to keep from asking that really often. So yeah, I know human with horns, the only thing you get is natural weapons of horns.
Yep, that is it. Well,
Okay,
natural
yes.
deadly. Anyways, you get what I mean.
They don't have primitive on them.
So yeah, they're deadly.
And so, who wants a summary of what happened last time? Or actually, Daniel, do you want a summary since you haven't been here?
I've been trying to catch up on the videos, but it's taking its time. So yeah, I would like.
And I will. Okay, I will quickly summarize what happened.
Shit hit
You
the
guys,
fan.
you guys went to here. Basically, Viz, Froner, and yeah, you, Viz, and Pirate Captain Drake went to Skull Cove. There's a Pirate Captain Terra out there who's a worshiper of Slanesh who Froner tried to convince to join him, but wasn't really interested into it. They had a bit of a battle. The Pirate Captain actually managed to injure Froner before Froner completely critted him and killed him. Yes. So that happened.
New Worlders.
So then, during that time, Eric's character, Conrad, comes into the scene as he is from the rogue trader Culto Lioness, and the 3 ships that have warp jumped into orbit into the system. And he meets up with Devona because they track the coldest night as Devona's trying to hide it. And Conrad meets up with her. They talk. They basically coordinate a meeting between their leaders at Skull Cove, and then they go about their way. Conrad accompanies Culto Lioness to Skull Cove, where the Culto Lioness and Froner meet, and they discuss. They come to a mutual understanding. But unfortunately, during their discussion, the Nurgle cult, which brought the plague to this planet, attacks at Skull Cove. So they strike at Skull Cove, forcing Froner and Culto Lioness to get out of there. Because one of these Nurgle Psychers actually knocked Froner all the way down to 0 wounds.
So what happened to Viz? Just so I don't meta this.
Okay, what the thing is, as we said for what happened is Viz is what we said offline, where Viz was trying to fix the pirate ships, make them more modern. During the attack, I did just say she did just run into, kind of took cover and then boarded the ship and boarded the lighters that Devona sent from the coldest night to pick up Froner.
Okay.
And unfortunately, some of the the invincible Neander Honor Guard horde was forced to sacrifice itself to let Froner escape, because there was not enough room on board the lighters for them to get on. So hopefully they will serve in the Black Fleet with their ancestors with honor.
Can I interrupt real fast?
No.
Yes.
The GM, for everyone who's watching, did screw up on the Filth Storm spell.
Yeah, the foul. Okay, I did screw up a little bit on this. Fronner was not critted; he was just knocked down to 0 wounds. But if I rolled higher than a 4, I would have critted him.
Yeah, so I did pass my
Fronner
Medicaid
actually-
test.
Yeah, Fronner is. So yeah, Devona did pass her Medicaid test. So Fronner is currently at 10 wounds instead of at like crit 1.
Okay. So shit didn't really hit the fan, but it kind of did, but not as bad.
If I rolled higher, it would have hit the fan.
Yeah.
Shit did hit the fan, but not as bad.
It hit the fan, but it was solid enough.
If I rolled high enough, I could have forced John to burn infamy.
Yes, but shit hit the fan, but it was solid enough that it didn't splatter all over the room.
That was mostly just me. That's okay, but we had that taken care of, and that was just a screw up on my part. During that time, we have Jesse and Jesse's character and Clover's character, Rasputin and Jestara, who are over in Pure Hub City, manipulating nobles and generally utilizing Duke Leofwin of Godwin, and trying to use that to put him on the throne of Epot so that he can be their puppet to when they take over. For Miles's character, Kaiser Rommel, he dropped out of the warp as well on his severely damaged transport void ship with critical basically everything. Unfortunately, he did not have, everything was broken. The engines were broken. The damage report machine broke. These life supports were failing. The Jeller fields are failing. And unfortunately, he did not have plasma engines to give him more power. To tell his Scottish engineer to give him more power because those had exploded as well.
Scottish
we need
engineer?
more power.
Yes, I actually wrote that for Miles's thing. I said, there's a Scottish engineer saying, "We're giving it all the power we can, Captain," and then he exploded.
Oh, poor Scotty.
He got into his salvation pod before preparing the machine core cogitator for the void ship to jettison off as well, and he landed near this Foot Island. So he landed near Foot Island, and from that point, he was found by Pure Hub City soldiers who noticed that, since it's basically like it would be extremely hard to miss that. It's basically like an asteroid coming down from the sky.
Look, sir, a shooting star. We better investigate.
Yeah, and so he was brought to the king of basically the two rulers of Epot, as in the saying of King Donald of Godwin and Bishop Orion of the Ecclesiarchy. And then they tell him of the plague, which is coming from the north, of the Nurgle plague. And since they're a feudal world, they can tell it's a plague because people are getting sick. They don't exactly know what.
You say Nurgle, they say Burgle?
Well, Ecclesiarch Orion, Bishop Orion, he's actually from off-world. His ship was critically damaged the same way, as well as Rommel's, and he did crash land on here about like 20 or so years ago.
So, when we warp to this planet, we have a chance of our ship just exploding, and we have to...
No, his ship, basically, he was a missionary, and he was going about, like, spreading the light of the Emperor to worlds beyond the in the Kornos expanse, since there's been a lot of different
conflicts.
There's been a lot of movement and talk of turning this sector into a true sector of the Imperium.
Oh.
There's that push. And that's why Bishop Orion was in the Kornos, and his ship was critically damaged by pirates. And when they warp jumped into this system, their ship was attacked by pirates and they were critically damaged, and Bishop Orion got onto his salvation pod, and he was one of the few survivors of the ship.
No, wait, my character would actually know about the Imperium, so she would say boo too.
Maybe we were the ones that raided the ship in the first place.
No, it was 20 years ago. It was the thing is that you guys haven't come to this system, but this system is new to you. Because this is generally, since this system has not been all that important, the actual warp charts for it are
Body at best.
really glossed over because, well, warp charts tend to stay in use of certain areas. They tend to keep track of certain areas that are useful. Worlds of no importance or just haven't been developed tend to become forgotten pretty easily. You know, they basically just become the typo in the administratum's registration logs.
What's this? Oh, it's a mistake. I'll just erase it.
Yes. Yeah, that basically is what happens to many, many, many systems across the galaxy.
No, the administrator
They just lose their importance, or they've just been strip mined of all available useful resources.
The administratum, what now?
The administrator can never erase what they put because they had to go through so much red tape to put it there, and let's go through so much more red tape just to get it off.
They forgot about. Okay, the scribe didn't pay it. The scribe accidentally forgot what he forgot. He accidentally hit delete. He forgot what he actually deleted, so he just didn't want to talk about it anymore.
Yeah, he probably died of old age too. So
yeah,
his cubicle suddenly caught on fire.
He was summarily acquisitioned by an inquisitor to serve him in a Dark Heresy campaign, where his intestines were ripped out by a gene stealer.
Glorious.
Yes.
And then
so basically, okay, continuing on. So basically that's what Kaiser comes there with his two acolytes, and there's this big ball that is happening later tonight at Pure Hub City, which the King Donald invites Kaiser Rommel, since he is an inquisitor, even though he's excommunicated Traitoris, along with the newcomers to the planet, i.e. Sanders, who is one of the soldiers, one of the employed mercenaries of Culto Lionis. And Miles has just gotten on, so yeah, we gotta tell him we're on roll 20. Or wait, yeah, you already said we're speaking on roll 20. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, so yeah, continuing on. Because, yeah, the Sanders and his Aquila Lander came on. They were to scout out the population, while Marcus, the other lieutenant, was sent more up to these great ruins to the north to figure out what exactly those were.
I feel he's going to be a follower from Nurgle now or something.
Or who knows? Who knows? The thing with Marcus is that, from what Conrad knows, is he wasn't entirely all that right in the head, as he was kind of basically borderline corny. I mean, he just had that look about him of just being a guy who is saying a little too much in his kind of well, just to put it in fact, he is Insanity 69. Yes, he's Insanity 69, and he constantly sharpens all the many different knives he has on board.
And he has a name for each one.
This was Marcus, one of the lieutenants of Cult of Lionis.
One of my coworkers, apparently.
He's the horny guy.
If I remember correctly, all of us have Insanity 100 to begin with.
Well, the thing is I'm just saying, she has Insanity 69 just to say, hey, this guy, he's definitely close. I mean, he's kind of on the edge of going... if you guys were to get him, he would be an easy person to turn to chaos, because he literally just needs a shove.
Okay.
Or a kick in the dick.
Yeah. I mean, he laughs at plague bearers because he doesn't worry about Fear 3.
Well, that is the good thing about Insanity. Yeah, you kind of lose that Fear 3 mentality.
All right. Okay, so Miles is getting on, so... Hey, Miles, are you there?
Nope. He has to turn on his mic.
Okay.
Yes, he needs to turn on his microphone.
So, anyways, that's what happened up there. All of a sudden, when the ball happens, however, an inquisitorial assassin sent by one of the inquisitors who set out the excommunicate traitors for Rommel, the mind cleansed assassin Caliban, uh, ambushes ambushes Rommel at the ball. Basically, goes out and declares that basically shows proof that Rommel is a excommunicated traitorous inquisitor. He is a heretic. He is to be hunted down and killed. Miles is able to talk his way enough so that the Sanders and Bishop Orion don't open fire on him, but Caliban does anyways because his orders are to kill Kaiser Rommel at any cost. Kajote, one of Miles's acolytes, takes the bullet, the semi-auto burst that Caliban had aimed at Kaiser as she pulls the pin on the smoke grenade, giving Kaiser Rommel some room to run. And basically, Kaiser Rommel is chased by Caliban throughout the city. They get into a massive gun battle where both epically fail at their jobs, and basically it consists a lot of basically Miles rolling about 60s and 70s and 80s, blowing up, shooting so many people. Everyone else except Caliban, who equally fails by also getting really high rolls, or just not doing that much damage with his rolls. But eventually, Caliban is basically blown to smithereens by Kaiser when he actually gets a legitimate roll. Hits. He hits a lot, and he basically puts Caliban to crit 53.
First he eats a grenade, and then he gets blown.
Okay, he ate a grenade first, and then he got hit into crit 53.
It was really funny too because
Miles.
Guys, okay, Miles, can you hear us?
You guys hear me?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, I can hear you.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I was actually talking earlier while you were talking, and apparently my microphone wasn't set up on here,
You
or
gotta
it was
refresh.
blocked.
Well, there's your problem.
Yeah, I unblocked it and refreshed and came back. You know, I didn't get to say I hit everything I'm not aiming at like a fucking orc.
No, an orc has better accuracy than you.
But for how much damage Kaiser did do, I did give him a 1 point of infamy and corruption because Korn enjoys that fucking shit. Just random, outright, just butchering of so many innocent people. I think we got it so that he killed like 17 innocent civilians.
I thought it was 21.
18 catting the flaming guy.
Oh yeah. Yeah, some guy running around setting the city on fire.
Yeah, he got, he was trying, the one poor citizen who got caught on fire. I think this Inez shot him.
Yeah.
And caught on fire, and he's trying to put himself out, but he was doing
But his last gun overheated.
And he was just rolling around on hay and dirt and getting that caught on fire. And then, obviously you don't have firemen since this is the feudal era. But, or also this is not paranoia where you would have to fire firemen who put out the fire on fire, but not actually the fire.
Question.
Oh, what did I tell you to roll, Kaiser? Or Miles?
I don't know. I came in. I had PMs. telling me to roll. And I rolled. This happens.
Question.
What row? I don't see a row.
Same.
Oh, I probably talked. Oh, that was Tim messaging me.
Oh.
Oh, and that was you probably got a number of the PMs of me. Basically, I was working out with the messaging thing and also other stuff with the GM whispering.
Whisper everywhere.
Question.
So anyway,
GM's whispering
I
madness.
think that's up to speed. Also, oh wait, okay. While after after Kaiser did that, Jestara basically seduced the princess.
And banged her.
Really tempted on telling Clover he has to go to Slaanesh now. Yeah, even though
I thought you were very tempted to tell Clover he's about to take an axe to the face.
Well, the thing is, as that was happening, Clover, Jestara gets a message, a telepathic message from another Nurgle Psyker who basically has come to Pure Hub City and basically calls them out to come and meet her. Calls Jestar and Rasputin come out and meet her. Rasputin, using his psychic sight, is able to realize that this Psyker is about to perform a Nurgle summoning. So the Dane Nurgle.
Hello.
Hey, John.
Hi, John.
Okay, so anyways, without any further delays, we'll go to Conrad.
You get infamy by doing great acts of chaos, killing other champions.
Daniel, you get infamy. You can get infamy if you're undivided. Basically, the thing is, if you're undivided, you can do the glorifying act.
I'm not hearing anybody. Is anybody hearing me?
Yeah,
and you will get infamy for that. You also get infamy for killing. If you kill a champion of chaos, you gain their infamy bonus as infamy.
I can't hear anybody else. That's weird.
1d5 corruption. Did you hear that, Daniel?
Sort of.
Yeah. You gain their infamy if you kill it. Like if you were to kill Frauner, you gain his infamy bonus as infamy added onto you, and also 1d5 corruption. Because the Chaos Gods are like that. They enjoy competition amongst their followers.
Arguably, being undivided can give you the most benefit with your gift/mutations because you can roll 2d100.
Yeah, you get to choose. You get really. Yeah, you get the advantage of rolling 2d100 and you choose which one you want.
Yeah, this is Tom Tizer who got 2 fuck you rolls.
No, he didn't get 2 fucking rolls. I talked with Miles and we actually came up with a good thing for what's going to happen to Kaiser over time.
Okay.
All right.
That's weird.
Okay, so is everyone okay mic-wise? Are we having
I think John just has to refresh his roll 20 so he can actually hear us.
He did.
Okay.
John, can you hear us?
Unplug the router for 30 seconds, slaughter some lambs, read their entrails.
Quick!
Perform the rite of percussive.
Daniel, roll tech use.
Armorcraft or just tech use?
All right.
Just tech use.
Refreshing, guys. One sec.
Any bonuses?
Nope.
Actually, you need minus 50 for
Oh, Lord.
It's wireless. It's wireless. Okay. Yeah.
You blew up John's internet.
That's well,
the computer explodes.
Hang on, guys. 1 sec.
18 meters, dealing 1d10 damage to everyone.
Oh, God.
They critted.
Wait.
You know, nothing of real value was lost today.
Both of you take crit 5 on the explosive.
Oh, God. Conrad's only have 4 wounds.
No, crit
I
5.
have no idea what's going on.
So count it.
Aside from the
crit
players that were lost today, nothing of real value was lost because of Windstream.
Okay.
Clover
Wow, that is like the most amount of times I've rolled crits in a row.
Yeah.
Although I did have one thing for Dark Heresy where I had this one guy one assassin who basically fired with a sniper rifle. They crit on 2 of their D10s because they got all the extra 2 for being accurate. And then for a while they critted like, I think for one of them, they kept on critting a 10 like 3 times over. So I ended up doing this ridiculous amount of damage to this guy.
I've done that. You get that 10 It's so anticlimactic when that happens to like the boss, and you just get that 10.
But that happens.
And 10 and
that
10
happens
10.
because this is more. I mean, it's better than how the supplement rule books make their enemies. I mean, what about Pirate Princess Slanesh, who has 75?
Yeah.
That
TV's
makes
kind of
no
loud, John.
sense. He's Slanesh. Why the hell is he? The thing is, he doesn't even have a really bad mutation. I think he's only like has Mark and Hermaphrodite and a few others. But none of them are like pseudo Daemonhood or something that would even attempt to justify having so many wounds. Okay, we hear you typing.
Maybe he's a bit too strong.
No, it's just
Okay, moving on, since we need to get moving. We need to get moving because we'll have time schedules. So yes. Conrad, you are Conrad, you are on your Aquila lander. You guys are flying up to the neck. You are
I'm right down there, dude. I want to broadcast others, check. I want to receive from others, video and voice, check.
Okay.
Let me go ahead and get on it via Chrome, see if that works.
Okay. Are we having a problem?
John can't hear us, but we can hear him, so he's gonna be talking over us a lot.
Okay.
You see, this is the problem with Firefox.
Yeah. So, anyways, thing is so basically on board Cult of Lionis is basically you guys have landed on board the Next, and Cult of Lionis has basically force marched himself to the bridge, and he's yelling about. He said, "Helm, bring us a battle station. Prepare macro cannons. Inform the Voyager and Ravager to prepare for orbital bombardment. Tell Marcus and Sanders to get the hell out of there before we bring the sky down on these characters."
All right, be right back.
So, are they going to try to bring Sanders and Marcus?
No, they're calling to them. They're saying, just tell. He's basically Cult of Lionis and saying, "Tell Marcus and Sanders, GTFO, we're gonna bring the sky down."
Okay.
So they're leaving Pure Hub and other places?
Well, the thing is
oh my god!
Doesn't know the situation. All he knows is a Nurgle plague's hit here. He doesn't know how infected the world is. He's kind of he doesn't want to risk any of his assets because, anymore. He thinks he's taken enough risks, and, useful people are hard to find sometimes,
Oh, yeah. Especially
Guys?
in the 40K.
Yeah.
We can hear you.
Huzzah.
John, you can hear us?
Yeah, I hear you.
Good!
Now we don't hear literally everything.
Now we don't hear literally everything. Like, you were being loud, too, by the way.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, guys. I was trying to fix it.
Well, you fixed it.
Lies.
Oh god, you're breaking up.
Okay, so.
Okay, so anyways, Jesse will be popping on shortly, hopefully.
Nice.
Anyway, so basically, Cult of Lionis is bringing about, you have multiple different people, multiple different of the Voidfarers, and going about and forth, going out the orders. Then Cult of Lionis says, "Get me a Vox Leap with the Coldest Knight." And says, "Yes, Captain." And this is where John comes in as probably either Biz or the Bona would probably say, "Hey, we're getting a box link."
Yes.
Probably me
Stop
because
bleeding all over this med bay.
Because I'm in the med bay with him.
Okay, it's probably Viz who's taking that over since Frauner's recovering and Devona's in the med bay.
Yeah.
Devona's not letting him up.
Franner, stop bleeding all over your own med bay.
Okay, so Viz,
She'll let you
think-
up. She'll just not let you off
your
the ship.
Viz, your Vox officer reports that you are getting a Vox link feed from the ships above.
I slap my tentacle around my my combi.
What?
I slap my tentacle all over my combi trying to operate it. Then when I finally operate it, I start talking and I say, "Yes, you wanted to talk to me."
You get what you saw Cult of Lioness before, so I'm gonna have to probably just describe him again.
Put his picture back up.
Get a man who looks in his 50s, who is about 6'6", muscularly built. He has scarred skin, brunette hair, and cold blue eyes. And he's wearing best craftsmanship stormtrooper carapace armor. No.
I already don't like him.
He's a bit of a dick.
And Cult of Lioness says is like, where is Frauner?
How should I know? I've been in this damn boat for a while.
You know where Frauner is.
You
Maybe
evacuated.
she's saying it on purpose.
I mean, you want to be on the boat in Skull Cove? I mean, we could throw you over there. I would prepare another character sheet though.
It's raining. It's raining.
It's going to be raining macro cannons soon.
Frana is.
So I mean, you could, if you want to, you could try your luck. What's the damage macro cannons?
For luck.
What's the damage macro cannons give to people? Isn't that like instant obliteration?
Yes.
I don't even know why we're still talking about this.
Typically.
Okay, so basically, this Cult of Lioness is calling to you, Biz. He says, "Where's Frauner?"
He is a bit undisposed at the moment. He cannot come to the Vox operation mechanisms.
And
can I take a message?
Like, what are you, secretary?
Notice me, senpai.
You get the idea that he just glares at you a little bit, but he does not make it subtle. And he says, "My message is that you get the coldest night. You take the coldest night, either bring that into orbit or get that to a far side of the planet. I am preparing to orbital bombard Skull Cove, and it would be very unfortunate if our mutual understanding between me and Frauner were to end so soon."
But what of the exotic creatures in the ecosystems?
He's like, fuck them.
Yes, this is literally this is Cult of Lioness is. This is seeming to be an investment that's not worth the money. So, burn, baby, burn.
To you.
Disco.
Anyway, I have people to call.
Disco Inferno begins playing.
Basically just what Cult of Lioness says is just GTFO. We're about to bring the sky down, and unless you want to be evaporated, do keep in mind to just get the coldest night a good distance away.
So who's driving the coldest night?
Oh God, this is.
Who is?
I kind of like this guy. He's reasonable.
Well, you see where my little marker's at? That's kind of where we started, and that's where our destination is. I kind of just let the servitor just autopilot.
Oh yeah, the thing is that it's not a hard thing to go within. Well, it's not hard for a raider to be within atmosphere. You're not attempting to do anything ridiculous. You're not attempting to fly into a cave. You're not attempting to land the ship in the ocean. You're not attempting to do anything like that. So it's not something that would require a test. Well,
you're not trying to parallel park a cruiser.
Yeah, you're not trying to parallel park the cruiser.
So am I driving?
No, you're trying to parallel park it between two battleships.
No, I left one of the shock troopers in
No,
the seat.
you don't need shock troopers are entirely combat machines. You wouldn't leave one of those in charge. You would basically just have one of these Neandors, or you would have the Neandor pirates who are manning the helm. They would be in charge of just flying the ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
we have one of.
If there's one thing I've learned in all my RPGs, it's you don't leave important tasks to the servitors. They are lobotomized for a reason, you know.
No.
Well, this is Black Crusade. You could make a sentient servitor.
So
It
there's
turns,
too many people
it
talking
turns into
around
the Men
this
of
that
Iron and
basically
Riches.
doesn't vox the people,
Or
and
worse, it turns
just
into
get bombarded.
Hang on. What were you saying, Dan?
It's about time. I vox the driver, and I tell them what's going on.
Yeah, they understand. You know, you wouldn't have to vox a driver. You're on board the bridge, right?
Okay.
You're on board the bridge, which is where you would be taking the voxing. So you just call for Helm can relay those orders. And you're like, yes, ma'am. And they continue because basically, yes, you are beelining out of Skull Cove, hopefully to Pure City to pick up what's her face, Jasara, right? And so yeah, and that's what you're going to be doing most of this session until perhaps a bit later, a bit closer to the end of it. You might arrive at Pure Hub City because it is taking a while. You can't go your full speed while in planet, partially because you have to have a few of your, if you have to have some of your power, some of your lift, focusing on basically trying to keep the ship from crashing into the planet. Because, you know, this isn't like space travel where gravitational forces aren't really affecting you that much and you can just have all engines going in one direction.
Please observe the rules of in-atmosphere flight, lest you ignite the atmosphere.
Or, you know, yeah, and also you have to keep within speed limits. You don't want the space police hunting you down.
Astral
It's a massive
arbitrage.
ticket. Each ticket costs 1d10 profit factor.
Hey man, don't joke about space police. That's a
It's
scary.
space police.
They're scary. All right.
Hey, I just said astral arbitrage.
Yeah,
Worse
they're the
than that,
astral
son.
arbitraries.
Oh, if it's the astral arbitrage, you're lucky.
They're
If
just
it's the
arbitraries in carapace armor that has void suits over it.
If it's the full-on navy, you're pretty much doomed.
Oh, or the Imperial Navy may pop up sooner or later. Not now. So basically, so for you, Conrad, you're on board the bridge of the net. It is going to be... These ships are preparing for their orbital bombardment patterns and everything, and all of them are going into the proper orbital
Position.
position.
Yes.
Orbital shit raining.
While all of a sudden, the Voyager, the sword class frigate, not the Necht, the other frigate in your little squadron, all of a sudden an explosion on the starboard side happens on the Voyager. Not enough to actually destroy it, but enough to be concerning. Ships are not meant to start exploding.
Gentlemen, I will be right back.
Take your time, John.
I need to go ahead and get wash clothes going, as well as switching pants.
Okay.
I've had these on all day yesterday and all day today.
So one pair of pants for an entire week. So
I'm just kidding.
Fairback.
So
Yeah.
basically, this takes everyone by surprise. For that was, the Voyager, all of a sudden, several explosions rack throughout the Voyager, almost like internal detonations.
Viz has a really big grin on her face.
And all of a sudden, Culture Lion says, Voyager, report, what is happening over there? And the Vox link goes, and it goes to, you get the picture of Sarnak, who is the, basically, Rogue Trader-wise, he is a Void Master, who's actually one of the oldest followers of Culto Lionis. And one of his first followers, Sarnak, is 74 years old. He is an old fuck. And, he is old. He typically has all the things with old geezers. Graying hair, bald. Well, he's actually bald. Graying on the sides. He has rough skin. And he is actually he used to be from the Imperial Navy before Culto Lionis brought him on board. And he has served Cult of Lionis for basically about 30 years straight. One of his longest surviving individuals.
And he's not important enough to get immortality drugs.
Nope, he is not important.
The thing is that Sarnak generally is put in charge. I mean, his Void Master thing is he is mastery of space. So he is mostly a space what I put on spaceships, and also one time during Sarnak's during Cult of Lionis, one of his adventures against the Rak Ghoul, Sarnak was critically wounded and he lost both of his eyes along with a good chunk of his skull from a Rak Ghoul.
It probably tried to bite his head off. Literally.
Yeah. Well, probably like slashed him in the face with its claw, and that basically took both of his eyes and a good chunk of his skull, and a good chunk of his front part of his skull. And from that point, Cult of Lionis has kind of kept Sarnak on ship-wise because he doesn't want to lose Sarnak, because Sarnak is such a good pilot. This guy has pilot spacecraft experienced. And he's master of space, so he can re-roll failed maneuver actions.
With spacecraft.
Yes. And the thing is that basically would mean he's rolling a 69 before you put on maneuverability.
Sorry.
He's rolling a 69 before you put on the ship's maneuverability and whatever different modifiers from the actual test itself.
That sounds like me already.
No, but the thing is, you can't re-roll.
No.
Does he also publish Space Playboy?
No, he does not. He is not. Basically, the Vox screen is shady, and Sarnak says, "Lord Lioness, we are under attack from an unknown force. Hundreds of foul creatures are swarming the holds from the underdeck. We can't seem to stem their tide. I request immediate assistance."
Well, that's not good.
Cult of Lionis says, "Understood, Sarnak. I'll send over everything I can to help you purge this threat." And then he turns. Then, as the Vox link ends, he turns to Conrad. "Conrad, take a platoon and assist Sarnak in purging whatever taint has taken over that vessel. I'll be getting the Ravager to send over her lighters to ferry over more troops. Burn them all out."
All right.
Thing is, void ships are big investments, and minus the Ravager, which is kind of just a shitty little iconoclast destroyer who you guys took over. The Next and the Voyager are extremely valuable to him, and he does not want to lose either. But the thing is you will have to be going over lighter-wise, since he doesn't want to risk linking up the Next to the Voyager, and then all of a sudden the Voyager exploding and that critically damaging the Next.
Yeah.
So he will just be lighter and Aquila landing. He wants you to take the strike force of 50 soldiers, a platoon, take that strike force, go over there, secure the breachhead, figure out the problem. He'll be sending more guys momentarily. You'll just be using all the lighters available to ferry guys over.
Okay.
Remember, guys, knowing is half the battle.
Everything's half the battle.
Winning's half the battle. Defeat's half the battle. Having sex is half the battle.
No,
That's more than a full battle.
Drinking your enemy's blood is half the battle.
Nah, I just eat them.
Are we gonna get into the whole Catachan shit?
All right, so
I am
I'm
saying change of page. Is everyone's page changed?
Yep.
So you generally see a guardsman and some background stuff that was not extremely hard to actually make.
Yep.
Hello.
I am OCD about that, and it has to line up perfectly with the little lines.
What's going on?
it went down. One of the ships are starting to explode.
It's taking internal damage, and they're saying there's being hordes of foul creatures are swarming it from its underdecks. And the places of a void ship where generally go out of use into disrepair, where tends to be the haven for mutants.
Yeah.
Are they armed with flintlocks to combat these horrors?
Don't worry, I'm just putting for the horde. It's a whole. So basically, Conrad, you are here. As you guys are getting on board your L'Aquila landers to get over, you said you grabbed a flamer. The
And
House
I order
Linus
a few
troops.
grab
The
flamers.
House Linus troops are switching out their las guns for combat shotguns since they're preparing for shipboard combat. Those are a lot more useful than a las gun.
And I order, like, say,
That's why I have these 6 guys here.
Yeah.
They all have flamers.
Okay, good. I was gonna say, then order those guys to grab flamers with me.
Yeah, so you have a horde of
Burning and
44.
purging.
You have a horde of 44 soldiers. You have 6 guys with flamers, and you have a flamer. So you quickly just rush on board the Aquila landers and fly over. The Voyager does have a lighter cargo hold and lighter bay, so you just beeline it for that, since that's the biggest open. That's actually a dedicated transport landing bay. So you land on the. You all land on there. You start fanning out. You start heading towards most of it. From what you get from the reports, from what Sarnak is saying, a lot of the mutants are coming from the underdecks, and they're attacking different parts of the ship. There are sounds over the box. There are sounds of heavy fighting inside some of the crew quarters. So you head over there. Flamers and everything locked and ready. Fuel canisters prepared, and. Oh, yeah, for the type of flamer, it's just the one with a normal canister. You don't have the backpack one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's
Those are heavy flamers.
Yeah, these House Linus soldiers have the same thing as well. They just taken the flamer with just the canister, not the backpack one.
Yeah, the backpack one is like an assault flamer.
Yeah, it's
No,
for
that's not the heavy flamer, but I mean, you can get a backpack. You can basically carry a backpack tank.
And it just doubles the clip. Like, say 6 would be now 12.
Yeah.
Well, there is an
But then
actual
also there's heavy
flamer that
flamers.
comes with a backpack
Then there
standard
are
called
heavy
assault
flamers
flamer.
who come with their own, which have to come with a backpack.
Yeah.
And for some reason, even though they're heavy, you can still assault with them on the tabletop.
Because logic.
Except Space Marines never get to carry them, so that's just makes no sense because they're super useful. And if you can assault with them and they're not count as heavy, why wouldn't you have them?
Anyways, let's continue on to the actual game, not the role playing, not the tabletop.
Yeah.
It's only 40K, so it's important. So as you guys are coming across here, you do see down, basically scroll down a bit. Come down. Where you guys are at the moment is the elevators and different types of lift systems used by the ship to ferry people. So you basically guys come down there to the crew compartment and you see the mutants that are hoarding you out the pace. I'm just putting this mutant horde here, but frankly, what's going on, for a description of what's going on, there's a lot of screaming, there's a lot of shooting, you see the bodies of a lot of different voidfarers who've been killed, and generally there's a group of Nurgle mutants who, while you guys get down, are currently just like killing about, but once they do see you, they start forming together and preparing to like charge you.
How
However,
did they get into space?
Warp magic.
well,
That's my
out of
guess.
character create door, sorcerer power.
I'm just throwing a guess at that. Warp magic.
Yes,
Yeah,
create door, sorcerer power. And since you don't turn on the Jeller fields if you're not going into the warp, those wouldn't be on.
Okay.
You would screw if you had the Jeller fields on. You'd screw with your Astropath abilities.
It
And
doesn't.
all the psychers on board would get headaches because that basically would cut them off from the warp.
It doesn't. It just creates a bubble of real space around the ship. So your psychers and stuff are fine, but demons are like, oh hell.
But yeah, but the thing is, you wouldn't have that if you're in reality and not expecting to go into the warp. You wouldn't turn that on.
Yeah, well, there's you wouldn't, but there is a Giller.
Yeah, there's the
field,
emergency
Giller field
ones, the
that
emergency ones which automatically activate. This ship does not have an emergency.
Let the
Yeah.
GM have his fun.
Well, no, I'm just saying that there was.
Yeah, I know. That's why I asked Froner. That's why I asked John what the coldest night actually had on board it, Jellerfield wise. And so basically,
No.
you want to roll? Do you want to roll combat? Yeah, I've rolled combat for everyone else in advance, except for you, Conrad, since combat is beginning.
All right. And it's agility modifier plus 2.
Yeah, agility modifier plus 2 due to quicken the dead. Then you roll 1d10.
Not bad.
Okay, that is 11, which would, let me see. Yeah, I was rolling the thing before, and supposedly for Nurgle, they got rolled 2 10s in a row. And then, unfortunately for these Nurgle mutants, they got 1.
Oh gosh.
So they're at 3, while the other Nurgle people are at higher stuff because, Nurgle wants them to win and not his mutants.
Makes sense though. It's Nurgle's slow and
Yeah.
purposeful.
Makes sense for Nurgle.
But the other Nurgle things I made up were for the other different Nurgle things actually got 10s. So they're going really fast. The rest of them are just kind of like slow poking it. So anyways, you guys will be acting first. Actually, you act before the you see these Nurgle mutant hordes. There's about 60 of them.
Okay.
Give or take.
Okay. And right now they're... Wait, am I going first?
Oh, yeah, you were going first. They will be kind of spending this first round getting together, partially because they were a little bit too indulging in the killing of everyone on board. To
All
really
right.
notice you.
Then I am actually going to use my bolter instead of flamer.
Okay.
Because...
Okay, actually, so just, do keep in mind which weapon you do have pulled out.
Yeah.
So, you can quick draw basic weapons, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so you quick draw your bolter.
No, quick draw is like any weapon, pretty much.
Okay. So you quick draw your bolter. I mean, unless you want to normal draw it.
No, why? Why normal draw? Quick draw. It's a lot more fun and a lot more interesting looking.
Okay.
Quick question. Didn't he already have a flamer in hand?
No, I actually didn't.
He basically, the flamer would probably be on a strap along with the bolter, and he would basically.
My bolter pistol and a chainsaw. I'm just a walking armory.
Okay, I'm just making sure because that actually threw me for a little bit of a loop because I thought he already had the flamer.
Or you could drop the flamer, Conrad.
No, I'm not dropping that flamer.
Okay, you basically that's on a bit of a strap, which the typical rifles or just any type of basic gun for rifle.
My bolter
kind of like rifle strap. You basically you have that on a strap, so you kind of leave that aside as you quick draw your bolter off your back. That was on your back, and you aim I guess you aim and fire.
Pretty much, fire burst shot, pretty much.
So semi-auto, so it would only be a +10 for aiming and then another +10 for range.
Yeah. But
and also you would gain a +40 because they are 60, and that's a massive amount of people.
That's
ultimately you get a +60 to the roll.
Woo.
Okay. Okay, you hit. I think you hit. Yeah, you hit 3 times.
I hit 3 times.
Yeah, you hit 3 times. Let me see. It's 1d10. It's 1d10 plus 5. I might just say, since you might just
hey,
these guys.
Conrad.
Yeah.
Actually, you do.
You could
instant injure.
No, I can't. I hear 2 people talking. I can't hear John or Nicholas.
Okay, sorry, I'll shut up.
John, what were you saying?
If you go to your character sheet and you got it all loaded out, right?
Yeah.
just hit the damage die button?
Actually, I tried that. Actually,
No, whatever
Hey.
people want to do it and such. Just let's just keep on going.
I have it as
Because
a
whatever
micro.
people want to do with their people want to do, they just main thing is just you guys keep track of your ammo.
Yeah, okay.
I'm going to try the damage die for the just like click, see if it actually works.
Okay.
And no, it doesn't. So I have to use my macro. It's supposed to be 3d10s K1, but it just rolls 3d10s. It doesn't keep one.
Actually, it did.
No, it didn't. It added up 2, 6, 9, and 5.
Yeah, but 9
Oh, it
plus
did.
5 is 14.
Yeah, it did. But
Okay.
I'll go with mine.
For intensive purposes, just do what Derek. Just do what you do do what you've been doing.
Yeah, because it's still right.
Because Roll20 probably has overlooked that as fucking usual.
Yeah.
And so yeah, you basically take aim, fire 3 shots. You basically take out 3 of these Nurgle mutants immediately. Your bolter, I looked it up. You won't have to roll because you immediately injure. So towards that would be instant deaths for 3 of its magnitude.
Okay, so 3 are instantly dead.
So basically, that's what happened. The House Lioness
In other words, I got their attention.
soldiers would be next. The guys with flamers do hold back since they're not also carrying combat shotguns. So these 6 guys do hold back. The horde, however, takes aim and fires. And since they're 40, they do get 4 shots from their fail. Actually, wait, is that a fail? They have 35. They get plus 10 because of range. Another plus 10 because they're aiming. Or half action aiming before fire, before just unleashing their volley. So that would be 55. Then they have like a plus 40. So they do actually hit. So then this would be
So they're
3D.
rolling at 91?
Huh?
They're rolling at
95.
95?
Like, they would get plus 40 also to hit the group.
Which group are they aiming at?
No, my horde
This
or
one.
small group I'm in?
This one. The group
No,
right
no.
here. This is the horde firing at the Nurgle mutant horde.
Oh,
That's them firing at them. Okay, I thought you meant the Nurgle horde firing at us.
Actually, be looking it up. These shots will. I'm just going to roll 3d10 because these shots. This will just be the damage. This will be immediately be what's taken away from the modifier since they're all shooting at the overcharge. 24. Yeah, they basically lay into the Nurgle mutants as well as you do, and basically send a good chunk of shots down. And that's only the first volley. And then this one they would only get plus 50 because the size has dropped down. They still hit. They still do a fuck ton of damage.
I guess setting those failures back at Skull Cove on fire did the job.
Get hit again! Okay, they obliterate the group. God.
Hey. The Neandor Honor Guard possesses them.
Okay, these guys are dead. Wow.
Or maybe we found the only competent guardsman.
No, this is the same group I had back in the Cove, and they were inspired by the Nandors.
Well, the thing is, you did lose a few of the guys on it. These are just kind of some of the guys along with some replacements.
Yeah.
Are you sure they were inspired, or were they just embarrassed that a bunch of melee guys and muskets showed them up?
They didn't see that, though. They were fighting on your side of it. Okay, yeah, make range attacks equal to the first digit of its magnitude. So I am doing that right. So in the end, they still have one volley left. Well, that Nurgle mutant horde's dead.
Dead, Jim, dead.
I'm gonna make some more.
No, it's like bang bang. This one volley, and volley, Just las bolts just flying past my head, and I'm not even
Hey,
phased.
this is the power of flashlights in mass use.
Oh,
I
look,
would
it's
like to
wall
think
light.
that the guardsmen are yelling "bang" at the mutants until they
That-
die.
that's how the flash. Don't you know that's how las guns work?
Bang bang.
That's how las guns work. The fire mechanism is saying bang, 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 bang.
Bang blade.
They don't get